Mark Gilman, along with Western Oregon head football coach Arne Ferguson. Coach, first let's talk about last week's game. After a tight first half, some changes in the second half. The team really surged, and the outcome, a 31-14 victory over Simon Fraser. Talk about the tale of two halves in this one for me.
Yeah, the first half was very physical. Simon Fraser's a good team, much improved from last year. We knew that coming in. New coaching staff, and they're well on track to recruiting the best athletes in Canada and adding some Americans to really be a predominant team in the future with all the things that they have going on. Their O and D line are really good. There are three linebackers, and obviously the linebacker that was Player of the Year last year made a lot of plays. So we knew it would be a tough physical game. Then early in the second half, we felt our players came out a little bit more motivated, a little bit more understanding of the areas that they need to attack, and they did a nice job of adjusting offensively, defensively in the areas that were significantly need to be improved.
I have to say it was a good group effort in the first half. Paul Revis had the punt return, and that was the only points that were scored in that first half, but things, as you said, picked up in the second.
Yeah, Paul took, I want to say, about a 50-yarder.
Yeah.
He hit a vertical. We were going to go to the boundary side, and then we changed the call late. And Paul just hit that vertical, and glad we went back to the middle because the outside was closed off. And Paul can make so many people miss. And I just turned my head, watched him catch it, and all of a sudden he's in the end zone. He was that fast. And beat some really good players that were on that punt team. But he's so quick and so versatile for us. We missed him in the second half a little bit. He had some cramps. And then we got him going in the second half, which also helped. Our kicking game has got to improve. We're working hard with that. And that area has held us back, and we need to keep improving on that.
Now, the passing game, it wasn't a 300-yard game for Trey, but still over 200 yards, and he had a lot of good pass catches out there. I mean, there are a couple of them where you can talk about. Apelu catching that bullet that he put into the end zone. Paul, of course, doing his own. I mean, there's a long list of some very good throws that he made in that game.
Yeah, first of all, getting Kama back helped us getting back in the second half. The vertical throw that he split the seam, and a real nice throw by Trey, and got tripped up but kept on crawling and found a way in the end zone. And Wesley has also done a really nice job of using his speed, and he's starting to come around, being a very good receiver like we expect him to be. And then there's Paul that's always getting super plays left and right, but they limit him, and some of it was their defense. And our running game is steadily getting better. Yes. It's not where it needs to be, but we're still working on that. I'm really impressed with Joe, how he's hitting things vertical and getting really good positive yards. We just need to give him some more opportunities to carry the football along with other running backs.
Now, as far as the defense goes, boy, especially at the end when Simon Fraser was looking to mount a comeback, Danny Hankins' big interception play kind of encapsulated what the defense really was trying to do all game long, and they really limited what could be a very explosive Simon Fraser team.
Yeah, Simon Fraser's quarterback has done very well in the past. He's been a starter in the past and done well throughout our conference. So we knew that he's very capable of doing some things. They have some new running backs, but they're good running backs. But their O-line causes you a lot of problems. And what we call a U and a tight end are seasoned guys that really understand leverage and give you a lot of multiple looks. But Danny came in the goal line. They said 99, but I saw his right foot on the line, and then he's able to take it and cut back and score. And Danny's one of our corners that can really run.
Yeah. And he said he was awfully tired but awfully happy at the end, and you could tell the defense was happy for him too when they got into the end zone.
Yeah, anytime you can make a turnover, especially in the red zone, and score with that, it really changes the momentum of the game. And then Mitch sealed it with a late pick on the sideline. Really nice play. Looked like the receiver undercut the route and got 1 foot in and out of bounds. So that was really nice to have 2 picks in a game that their quarterback spread the ball around and had a lot of short passes. But our secondary, I felt, had a good day. We'd like to handle a couple of deep balls better, but that's coming, we hope. And our front is being solid. We need to do a better job with our overall run game on consistency more so. We're playing a lot of players, and we just need to be more consistent throughout.
Now this week, up at Central Washington, never an easy place to play. We've talked about that, but Central still, despite starting 0-2, which is surprising to a lot of folks, they're still a team to be reckoned with, especially on their home field.
Yeah, that's, in our opinion, really misleading. Central's been on the road twice. It's the first time they're at home. They played the national champions the first game, was close for a half and just ran out of depth. And then traveling to Dixie early in the season, yeah. I don't wish that upon anybody. And Dixie's a much improved team, as we expect also everybody in our conference to be. So we're not judging Central on those two games. We know playing at Central is a tough place to play. They're a very good team. They have a lot of talent. A lot of the kids in Washington go to Central because Western Washington dropping football. So we know that they're very loaded, and we expect them to play very well. Their quarterback does a lot of good things. The receivers, they have a couple receivers we think are really good, and 3 running backs that have been really solid with a huge offensive line. They're 6'6", 6'7", 6'8". So we definitely have our hands full. And then defensively, they really come after you. You know, they have one corner that we feel is probably an NFL prospect. The type of corner, I mean, he can control one side and they double the other side. But it's going to be definitely a dogfight up there, and we need to play well. We need to play smarter.
And so it's been kind of a week-by-week process for you here, and now it's a matter of eliminating those rough spots and playing your best football in a hostile environment.
Yeah, our team is getting better. You know, Humboldt, game 1 down there is a tough place to play early. We felt that we weren't ready the first half. Second half, had some really good improvements and were able to push it back close to a game. And then we just we fell short because of our mistakes. And then Simon Fraser's honestly a bigger and more physical team. So we had to match that. We felt our offense and defense improved in areas that need to improve, but we're still not where we'd like to be at this point. And we've had a good week of practice, and we expect to have a good game at Central.
Well, as always, Coach Arne Ferguson, thank you for your time, and good luck against the Wildcats.
Well, thank you, Mark. Appreciate it.